Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another day, another YouTube video. I am so excited about this one, guys. I'm excited about every video, but this one I'm like really excited because we are going to talk about authenticity and how authenticity is the key to attracting your desired life. Yes, you heard it. All you got to do is be yourself. Authenticity is when you are living in alignment with your true self, your values, your belief, and your inner voice, rather than conforming to what society says you should do, how society says you should be. Okay? Authenticity is about courageously embracing your unique identity and just being who you are, showing up in the world as you, flaws and all. When you start to embrace who you are, to allow yourself to stand out as you become attractive. Like you become magnetic, okay? You become magnetic to what is truly meant for you. And the reason why authenticity is so magnetic is because it creates resonance and connection. Think about it. People are naturally drawn to those who are genuine because it creates a sense of trust, reliability, and relatability. It also gives people that permission to be themselves as well. There's also energetic alignment that happens. When you are authentic, you exude confidence and a sense of ease because there's nothing easier than being yourself, duh. And this kind of energy attracts the people and opportunities that align with you. In a world of curated images and masks, authenticity is refreshing, y'all, and it stands out. So of course, you're gonna be attractive if you're being you. Hence why authenticity is magnetic. Now, moving on to the next point, signs of authenticity. The first sign that you are an authentic person is you have clarity of your values. Authentic people know what they stand for and they will not compromise to fit in. The second sign of authenticity is vulnerability. Okay, authenticity includes the courage to show your imperfections and emotions without the fear of judgment, because y'all, like, we are all human, and what it means to be human is we're not perfect. And I think a lot of us are afraid to put ourselves out there because we feel that we need to look perfect or to say the perfect thing or to be perfect. We feel that we can't show certain emotions because we're going to be judged for it. Like, guys, vulnerability is your superpower, because guess what? Vulnerability is relatable. Like, because we're all human stuff happen to all of us. It happens to all of us. Like, you know, if you, for example, recording a video like I'm doing now, and then I muck up a word, like, rather than be embarrassed about it, just move on. Like, I mucked up a word. I'm not the only person to ever mess up a word. Everybody messes up their words. So, you know, we tend to give ourselves such a hard time when it comes to our imperfections, when it comes to our emotions. And being yourself, being authentic is really creating space for that, you know, for those moments of imperfection, for when your emotions get the best of you, and honoring that and being honest about that, okay? So vulnerability is your superpower. The third and final sign of authenticity is consistency. When you're authentic, your words and actions align, creating integrity and trust. Like I said at the beginning of this video, being yourself is the easiest way to be, because you ain't gonna think about it. Like, you just kind of like, you just gotta be. Like, you don't have to put in any effort in like, oh, how should I be? It's like you just simply be, and you just simply allow yourself to exist as you exist. And this creates consistency, because like, you know, people can trust that you are being you. They can just be like, oh, you know, that's just Neo being Neo. Whereas, you know, if I tell people that I don't like running, and then the next day I say I like running because I'm trying to accommodate for them, it's like there's a bit of inconsistency there, and then people don't even know that they should trust me or not. It's like, does she like running? Does she not like running? So when you're yourself, like, you don't confuse people, okay? People, like, they know what they get with you. Okay, moving on to the barriers of authenticity. The first thing that can stop us from being authentic is the fear of judgment. Gosh, that's a big one. The fear of judgment. Like, we can get so wrapped up in people's opinions of us that we actually just lose all sense of who we are, because we are trying to impress other people. You know, the way I look at it now is, if somebody's gonna judge me for the way I'm being, it's like, I'm not their cup of tea and they're not my cup of tea. We can go our separate ways, like one love, but we don't gotta be friends. And this desire to be liked by everyone, guys, that ain't it. Like, that ain't it. Like, the desire to try and please everyone, like, that ain't it. And, you know, I come from a history of people pleasing. Like, I've also wanted to be liked by everyone and da-da-da. But then, you know what? Like, that was so exhausting, guys. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna try and do that. So don't let your fear of judgment stop you from being yourself, because if it stops you from being yourself, like, that's you stopping your blessings right there. That's you stopping your blessings. Okay, so just be. Honestly, just be. And then you also have the social conditioning aspect of it as well, that causes most of us to suppress our individuality. And this can come from culture, media influence, and family dynamics, come from friends. And in order to escape that social conditioning, there's a lot of healing that needs to be done. Awareness is key. Like, you need to become aware of what it actually is that you believe, like what it actually is that you are suppressing, and then questioning, like, challenge the norm, guys. Question why I should look this way. Why am I expected to act this way? Why does this make me worthy, and being like this makes me not worthy? Like, ask the questions and then start to put in the work, because this is gonna require some unlearning. And it's not as simple as like, okay, I'm not gonna be like that, because this is hardwired. Okay, so you got to put in the work to release those belief system, a lot of healing, and tools that you can use are journaling. Journaling is a great tool, because this is where you can actually get to meet yourself, and you can get to talk to yourself. Meditation, connecting to yourself, yoga, going for walks, like, just do things that allow you to connect more with yourself, and things that allow you to, and connecting more to yourself, to get to know yourself better, to learn yourself, okay? One of the biggest barriers is self-doubt. And basically what self-doubt is a lack of self-trust. You don't trust yourself. And because you don't trust yourself, you don't trust yourself to be authentic. You hide your true self. And trusting yourself, again, is one of those things that just requires you to put in the work. Essentially, if you don't trust yourself, it's really you saying that you don't trust yourself to exist as yourself. Therefore, you must wear a mask, curate an image of yourself. Whereas if you trust yourself, and by trusting yourself, I mean that you just trust yourself to be yourself. Okay? If there's anything that you can trust, is that trust yourself to be yourself. And being yourself is going to entail a lot of things, including making mistakes. I think a lot of us don't trust ourselves because we're not perfect, because we make mistakes, right? And trusting yourself is just trusting that, yeah, me as a human being, I'm going to make mistakes. And it's all about recognizing that you made a mistake, taking accountability, and learning from that mistake, allowing it to be a catalyst for your evolution. And if you can trust yourself to exist as yourself and to exist as a human being, then you can alleviate that self-doubt. Also, on that note, trusting yourself is about trusting your intuition, trusting your higher self. We all have this inner compass, guys. We all have this inner compass that if we tune into that, we will not be misguided ever. We will never be misguided. Even when we end up in situations that we feel as though that we don't prefer, I'll word it in that way, then just trusting that you were meant to be in that situation that you don't prefer for a bigger reason, whether that's even to learn a lesson. But if you look at it in a sense of like, damn, I shouldn't have done that, it's like there's no point in looking at something like that, because like I don't believe in shouldn'ts, first of all, because like if it shouldn't have happened, then why did it happen? So trust yourself to exist, trust yourself to live, trust that whatever happens is happening for you, for your evolution. Trust that inner compass, listen to it. And when you can get to that point of self-trust, then you're good. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk about the steps that can help us embrace our authenticity. And the first step is know thyself. I just can't even begin to explain just the importance of getting to know yourself. Know your passions, what lights you on fire, what dims your light. Like, know yourself, because it's pretty impossible really to be authentic to yourself if you don't know what you stand for. I think I've said this so many times, but if you don't know who you are, someone else is going to tell you who you are. If you don't know what you stand for, someone else is going to tell you what to stand for. So get to know what makes you you. Get to know that. Like, spend time on it. Guys, spend time with yourself. Spend time getting to know yourself. Stop distracting yourself with endless doom scrolling on your phone, with going out with friends, drinking, smoking, whatever it is you use to pass the time. Like, while those things are part of existence, and some of those things are tools, it's important that you do not let them get in the way of what's important, and that's getting in the way between you and you. And let's not forget, guys, that those things are meant to distract us. Like, those things are actually meant to distract us. Like, it was done purposely. Yeah, I think that's the word. It was done purposely to disconnect us from ourselves, to disconnect us from our power, because they know, the powers that be, that if we get to know ourselves and we connect to our innate power, we connect to who we really are, then they cannot control us. They can't control us. Secondly, practice being vulnerable. Practice being real. Like, don't try and be perfect. None of that fake shit. There's no such thing as perfect. I kind of said it in that way because, like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, we're perfectly imperfect. Be real. Like, life is real. Life is real. So it's okay to be real with yourself. It's okay to be real with people. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a superpower. It is your strength. So practice being vulnerable. In my practice with being vulnerable, guys, I'm the most like vulnerable person out there, and I was not always like this. Like, now I am so honest with myself. Like, if I make a mistake, I don't try and lie to myself about it. I'm just kind of like, Neo girl, you messed up. Like, you made a mistake, but it's okay. Take it easy on yourself. Just learn from that mistake. You're not perfect. And it was a hard pill to swallow, realizing that I wasn't perfect, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was like one of those people. Of course, I knew that I was human. I make mistakes, but for some reason, like, I convinced myself I was perfect, because whenever I would do something wrong, or like make a mistake or hurt somebody unintentionally, then I would like lose my mind. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. And I just like give myself a hard time for it. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is just practice being vulnerable with yourself, being honest about how you're feeling to yourself first and foremost, and most importantly. And then if you can do that with yourself, then you can definitely do that with other people. And allow yourself to be vulnerable as well in your purpose. Like, for example, me recording this YouTube video, like, it's kind of vulnerable, like I'm actually putting myself out there, and I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm gonna make mistakes. I know I might say the wrong thing, but hey, we're here now. The third step to embracing your authenticity is by setting boundaries. Like, this one is a straightforward one, so I'm not gonna really get into explaining it too much, but say no to the things that don't align with you. Not everything has to align with you, and it's okay. So don't waste your energy on something that just isn't you, that doesn't resonate with you. Like, you're actually wasting your energy when you do that. Spend your energy. Is that the right way to say it? I like it. Spend your energy, because energy is currency, right? Spend your energy saying yes to things that absolutely light your soul on fire in the best way. Say yes to people that make you feel like the love that you already are. People that see you and they love you for exactly who you are. People that hear you. They hear what you're saying and they love listening to you. Say yes to that. The last step to embracing authenticity is to stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison steals authenticity. Everyone is on their own unique path. Everyone's journey is different. It's meant to look different because everyone is uniquely them. Their journey is uniquely tailored to them. So you're not doing yourself any justice comparing yourself to other people, comparing your life to how someone else's life looks. Embrace your own journey because that journey, it was made for you. It was made specially for you. All of that to say, once you embrace your true self, once you step into your authenticness, life begins to flow so effortlessly and you have so much energy to create because it is so exhausting to wear a mask. We all know this. We all know this. It is so exhausting to wear a mask. And the life that is meant for you can't find you if you're not you. And so when you are living in your truth, what is meant for you just finds you with ease. We were put on this planet to be ourselves. That's literally it. We were put on this planet to be ourselves, to live in love. And to live in love means to live in truth of who we are, right? Because if you love yourself, then you have no problem being yourself, right? And you have no problem with other people being themselves. That is just the magic of being you. And so, my friends, I'm handing it over to you. How can you bring more authenticity in your life? And please share with me in the comments if you want, maybe one thing that makes you feel authentically unique. With that said, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel and you resonate with me, please subscribe. Until the next time. Mwah.